YouTube.com.
Oh my God, there's a woman on the ESPN panel.
Whoa.
She's leading.
Did you say she's leaving?
Leading.
Oh, so she's just a journalist? Still, it's something.
She's the host.
It's something.
It's
Baby
something.
steps.
Baby steps.
Well, next thing, a woman's going to be one of the analysts, intelligently speaking about football. That's the end goal here.
That's the end goal?
Yeah.
Swimming.
For womankind.
Synchronized swimming, honey.
What about synchronized swimming?
That's what Olympic.
No. Only synchronized swimming.
Maybe dressage.
Thank God, everyone. Dave's back.
Yeah, we missed you, man.
Dave.
No, he can't hear that, so he doesn't know. Are we recording?
Yes.
Great.
We are recording and streaming. I'm watching this on the
I
YouTube.
don't think Dave has figured out how to download the podcast now to his iPhone. He doesn't stream it on his computer, so he might not listen to the compliments that you've now bestowed upon him.
Oh.
Well, that's his own bloody fault.
Yeah, and now he'll never know. He'll think everyone hates him.
I know how. I just choose not to.
That's cold, man. Well, welcome to Scotch Sporting. We are streaming live on the YouTube once again. Maybe we'll get some viewers. If you're
Maybe.
listening to this and you want to know what we look like, next week, please watch us 8 o'clock every Monday, and you can see what we look like. I kind of forgot we would be streaming, so I did not do my hair or put on a normal shirt or proper bra. But that is for...
She didn't put on any bra.
Thank you.
Watch the show.
You'll never know. You're gonna, except for if you watch this and then go back and watch this on YouTube, just for sweet titties.
And you moved in with this guy.
I did, like voluntarily as well.
Yeah.
Could have stayed sassy single lady, or not told him we were recording upstairs. He could have been happily watching football downstairs. Instead, he is sitting beside me. I'll introduce us because I haven't done that in quite a long time. I feel like I do this once every 6 podcasts or so. Mark Bunn in the oven, the Rebel oven.
No, it's not that anymore.
Got it.
But yeah, hey.
Because it's a bun. It was a sweet bakery joke.
I get it.
And then Tyler in Rebel HQ.
Hello.
I don't know if we can see 2 of you streaming, but
No.
for us in our respective studios, we see 2 Tylers, both different angles, so we can see your sweet mug, and one slightly behind the other. So
Now it's gone.
Oh.
now it's gone, and we don't get to see him twice. We are missing our beloved Chris Taylor, who I can only assume has died. So we'll do his in memoriam next week. Or he'll be back. I don't know.
I think it's baby duty.
Like duty as in poo duty?
Well, that involves it, yeah, but...
What a sweet poop double entendre. But I actually had legitimate CFL news for him, and instead of
You didn't introduce yourself.
just discussing it anyways, I'm going to skip it, because that's what you get for not being on the podcast. I didn't introduce myself. As our heckler pointed out, I am your lovely Taylor in the Rabble Stack, which still needs a better name, but I feel like that's going to stick. And in the background, chomping on rice and cauliflower, the lovely Mr. Peanut.
Woo!
He can't hear, so all he will be reacting to is me being a moron.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be probably constantly talking. So, Chris, we're skipping CFL news because you're a cock. And I had an impression of a couple Alouettes people to do for you, and I'm not going to do it anymore.
It's also not a real sport.
Thank you. We'll move on from that and skip that. Let's just start with football because we're watching the Monday night game.
Mm-hmm.
How was everyone's football Sunday?
My money league was good for my fantasy team. It came down to the Packers D versus the Minnesota D. That was kind of interesting.
Who did you have?
I had the Packers D.
Because I just picked up both.
Oh, did you?
So we can talk about fantasy because this is my first fantasy football season and I'm very excited about it.
Mhm.
And I'm winning and I'm doing really well. I lost last week, but I had the misfortune of facing off against someone that also got a bucket load of points.
Ah,
So had I been in any other matchup aside from the one I was in, I would have won.
that's the tough thing about head-to-head fantasy matchups is that you have to have the right matchup one week because you could be up against a guy, like you said, you got the second most points of all the teams, but if you're up against guys with the most points, it's still a loss.
I did. I had this. Yeah, I think I had the second most points that week, and it was a loss. This week I'm winning, and it's even with benching Fitzmagic. We don't have the rights. You should probably stop.
No, we have a certain time limit, I think. What's the team name, man?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my team name is currently As the World Hearns.
Ah, nice.
I changed it from Lacey Braun Panties, whereas the World Hearns. We're probably going to do a rotation. I want to fit Upper Decker in there. I have Aaron Rodgers, so I wanted to do something with Jordan Rodgers' brother.
Right.
I have Forte, so I wanted to do Football's Not My Forte, but Yahoo limits you to 20 characters, which is bullshit.
I saw a meme today with a disappointed Aaron Rodgers face, and it when your younger brother is more successful than you.
Oh, too soon, bruh. Jordan, at least, you don't notice the difference. You didn't notice the difference in their hair until you saw Aaron Rodgers' flat hat hair yesterday. But Jordan Rodgers on The Bachelorette, it was a bouffant. It was a thing of absolute beauty. Like poodles in the Westminster Dog Kennel show were jealous of the gorgeous coif that was on his head. I didn't think Aaron Rodgers was capable of showing emotion. Because when they blew it a couple times yesterday, they zoomed in on him, and his face kind of went from slightly bemused to mildly put out.
Who did they blow it to?
They blew it to the Minnesota Vikings. My team.
School!
As a diehard Vikings fan, how excited was Sim Bridford? He was fantastic.
He threw one too many completions for my Pro Line ticket, though.
Did you say he kept his eyes on the prize?
He did keep his one eye on the prize. The other eye was following something else in the background. That's why he had such a good game and why he has the potential to be such a good quarterback, because you don't know where he's going to throw. Because the left eye is looking at Adrian Peterson to hand off the ball, where the right eye is going to go long and do a Hail Mary to the end zone. So that's why he's so talented, because his eyes don't face the same way.
Although Pearson is still shit in the bed for the first two games, so for those who have him fantasy, ooh.
And then he died. And then his ankle just stopped being an ankle. He just was running and it went nope, and he fell down, and then they dragged him through the bar. They took him through a bar? Did anyone watch the game yesterday?
Well, I was at work, but no.
They took him out.
Nope, I did not watch. I was podcasting.
Oh, yeah. Which everyone should all listen to our fellow podcasts, Cinematic Inquisition and Interactive Experience, and Late HoloNet. Those are the ones you should listen. And Super Boob Toot Dudes?
Obviously.
It's not actually about boobs.
Boobs? Boobs.
Apparently that should be a podcast. So Adrian Peterson hurts his ankle or dies on the field, and they lift him up, and then they show his arm around trainers hobbling out of the stadium. But it would be like if you were at the Dome leaving through the restaurants behind the luxury boxes. Like there were people sitting at a bar having a drink as Adrian Peterson was hobbling past them. It was very, very weird. Maybe in the new stadium there wasn't an exit in the locker room.
They would have built some sort of private entrance.
Maybe they hadn't tested everything and the builders just painted on some sort of exit.
It's not done yet, and it's a rush job, so the facade is done, but the interior is still
the door.
Yeah.
It was Bugs Bunny style, like
Yeah.
they just paint on the door and you go and jiggle it, but the knob is just part of the brick.
Yeah.
I had a lovely time watching the Vikings. My pro line card was busted by goddamn Washington, and I knew better than to bet on Washington because I hate them, and I did it anyways. And somehow Dallas was able to win that.
Yep.
I need someone. Yeah.
Yep.
I need someone to explain that to me.
Oh, Washington's not a very good team, but
And dissension.
already in Washington?
There a couple of the players have said, I think anonymously, we hate Dave Coulier. Like we don't trust him.
We hate Dave Coulier.
Everyone hates. I mean, Kirk Cousins. So they've said like they have no faith in him as the leader of their team.
Even though he guided them to what was essentially a playoff.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah. No. That's apparently the locker room is divided on whether or not he's a gigantic asshole pedophile or not.
I guess now that he's like the main guy, doesn't have RG3.
Yeah, maybe that's why people liked him, because the other was RG3.
Yeah.
That's
Now
like
he's top dog. It's like, oh, this guy thinks he's the shit now. Okay.
yeah, like if someone offered you, I don't know, like a raspberry Danish, you'll take it if the alternative is a grenade.
Oh.
True.
Like you could either step on a landmine and blow a couple of your limbs off, or have this Danish. You'd be like, yeah, Danish sounds like a really good idea.
You've very nice jacket.
I think that's what happened to RG3. He took the landmine and blew
He
it.
chose. See, he is the landmine
Yeah.
in this. Is there another woman on ESPN, or is it the same woman?
No, it's still Susie Colbert.
Oh, same woman. Can't have two. Only one. Silly me thinking there'd be two women on an ESPN football broadcast. Well, we're trying. Also, Mike Ditka looks alarmingly like Kenny Rogers.
Ditka.
Ditka. You say it.
Dicka.
Say it fast. Say Mike Ditka fast.
Dicka.
Ditka.
Tyler?
Mike Ditka.
No, so you say it like Mike. Say it, Mark, one more time. Ditka.
Mike
Ditka.
Ditka.
Mike Ditka. Ditka.
Dick.
Ditka. Ditka.
Ditka.
Ditka.
Ditka. How come you? No, you're wrong. Yeah, I'm learning the heartbreak of fantasy football because I left Stephon Diggs
On the bench.
on the bench.
Who'd you have in place?
TJ Yeldon.
Well, that was fair because Ivory was out, so he was supposed to get the bulk of the carries.
Right? Like I hate this. You not knowing, and you get one shot each week.
Yeah.
Like hockey, you get 3 or 4 games a week. Baseball, you get 47 games in a 7-day span.
Mhm.
But football, you get one chance.
Yeah, and that one day, well, 2 days sometimes because technically.
Sir.
Technically, you go
Yeah,
to
and if start somebody on the Thursday or don't start somebody on the Thursday and they either
right.
do well, not do well, you're fucked for Sunday.
Well, I mean, as much as I want to bone him, I left Fitzmagic on the bench.
I
Because
did
I'm
not.
thinking Aaron Rodgers is going to have a better week
Against what defense?
against the Minnesota Vikings defense.
Nobody scores against that defense.
Except Seattle.
Well, if it makes you feel any better,
Yeah.
I lost to Christian this week.
Good. I still hate that guy. Does he listen to this?
No.
No,
Good.
I don't think he listens to any of the Rebel Press podcasts
That's
because he's a
this
dick.
is a conversation we should be having offline then. Where is the lovely Katie?
She is at her grandmother's bottling pickles.
This is a euphemism?
No,
'Cause
they're making 9-day pickles, and today is day 9.
So what is it? What's today in the making the pickle process? Day 9 of making pickles is the bottling of the pickles?
Just putting them in the bottles because they're done.
But if I said to you, like, I'm going to go down to Mark's house and bottle some pickles, you'd be like, bring some condoms.
But yes, going to her grandmother's house to bottle some pickles. I don't know if that's a euphemism or not.
Going down to
Is it?
Mama's to bottle her pickle.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I hope she brings all of us pickles, and I'm really sorry because I like pickles. I wanted to ask her about the Patriots because I feel we might have mentioned this on the podcast before, but I feel like if Mark was in the stadium and something happened to, I don't know, all their now third string quarterback playing, they could be like, Mark Bunn, here's the helmet for you. And somehow they'd still win.
That's Belichick. He's the evil genius.
What? Who? So Janine Garofalo went down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start it off with Jimmy managed to get the Patriots a 24-0 lead before he got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, they were up by 24 points, and then he goes and breaks himself.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then Chris, the janitor, comes in because he's the only one that they have a uniform for.
Dom Grady.
And then they say, hello, I'm Tom Brady. Shit, I used my name again. So this third string quarterback whose name don't even remember.
It starts with a B.
It's Bissett?
Sounds something like that. Or Brisket.
I feel like it's a girly name, Bissett.
Brisket? I got Brisket.
What is his name?
He's not consequential to me. I don't know his name.
But he still wins. So it was who cares? He still wins.
Brissett. Yeah, Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not.
Who?
He'll be Brisket.
He is the guy they picked up in the draft this year. He is a rookie.
Yeah, in the third round of the draft, I think I looked him up.
Something like that, yeah.
Which then got me to now my side tangent of I can't perv on athletes the way I used to. And it's upsetting to me because I think he's 22.
He's 23.
Okay, that's still.
He will be 24 in December.
Okay, gay math is half my age plus 7. So we're at 15 and a half plus 7. Okay, we can make that, but it's like
That's
I'm
2
used.
years.
Another woman.
I have an age thing, and I prefer older, but Dave's a year and a half.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the youngest apart from me that I've ever jarred pickles with.
Mm.
So I'm upset that people are now a lot.
Well, it's going to get to a point where you have to, because you're going to be 40 at some point. No one plays when they're over 40, and especially in athletics.
So do we just stop daydreaming about athletes? Like, is that...
Well, you just have to adjust your expectations and don't mind going with the younger ones.
But I'll adjust, Max. That's been my whole life, just changing my expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Just lowering them.
All the way down.
All the way down. For people who shall remain lowering my expectations. All the way down to my pickle. I also wanted to talk about Akeem Talib. So great, Tyler, your Broncos have some splaining to do. So Akeem Talib. I don't even care. Akeem Talib.
There you go.
Does it actually rhyme?
Yeah.
Akeem Talib.
Akeem Talib.
He pokes the guys in the eye and gets suspended a game, which is bad. He did a bad thing. He also did performance-enhancing drugs, and he gets suspended 4 games. He shoots himself.
Well,
and no further discipline required.
Was that confirmed that he shot himself? Or was he in a shooting incident?
I believe the story, I don't know if he's confirmed it, but the rumor is he shot himself. I thought he plaxicoed.
He plaxicoed himself? Okay.
I thought,
I wasn't sure if he plaxicoed himself or not. That's sort of everything I saw was just he was in a shooting incident.
That's still, let's benefit of the doubt, he didn't Plaxico. He just was an innocent bystander involved in a shooting incident, a la Ray Lewis.
Oh.
You suspend him for poking someone in the eye.
Yeah.
You're not suspending him for being involved in a shooting incident.
Well,
Now
it depends. I guess it depends on the situation. But clearly, the NFL does not hate the Broncos.
But if you go into work, all of us are gainfully employed. One of us, we go into work, or we miss work one day because we got shot. I'm feeling like our work is going to investigate before they're like, nah, here's your desk bag. You've been punished enough.
You were shot.
You were shot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird. They're just sending such bizarre messages. And then they kick her on the Giants that beat the shit out of his wife that gets to keep on kicking.
Yeah, I don't know. It was very, very odd.
I feel like the NFL just likes to have their head in the sand and just pretend this stuff doesn't bother them.
It's all good.
It's a money-making machine. They're like, we're okay.
But the hills that Goodell chooses to die on are just so, and the fact that people are up in arms about Colin Kaepernick kneeling
Mm-hmm.
and not, gun violence.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, in the States, I guess it's a normal thing, though, right? Oh, it's another shooting today. Okay. That's the first of, maybe 3 today?
You get shot in the thigh again, Gary? Yeah. Yep. Gonna have to miss Tuesday's work.
Remember, wasn't it last year where we had that 1 month for the first time the NFL didn't have any sort of, arrest or convictions for the first?
Was it even a whole month?
It was a whole month.
It was a whole month, yeah.
Well, that's
It was
fantastic.
all of September, and then shit just blew up.
All of September, and no one in the NFL got arrested for anything. Any other football news? I want to talk about with CFL stuff. I can't.
Well, do it. Screw Chris.
No. Now I don't remember. I need him to prompt me with names. And I was going to do an impression of the guy in the Alouettes that talks through his teeth like this.
And Chris had some opinions about Carter as well, as he vocalized at the game.
I was going to say, he talks weird, right?
He just talked like this, and it's a weird accent, and he doesn't really use his teeth. And I thought he was just fake smiling a little bit for people. This is actually just how he talks. I don't know if it's some kind of mental thing, or he's just being an idiot.
Could be a little A, a little B.
But I just love when people so the Alouettes camp, it was this dramatic whatever because they have a new quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And something blew up on the field of the guy that talked like this and their other star receiver, and he wasn't throwing enough practice passes to them or something.
Yeah.
But it's just, who cares? How do you get so jacked up about it?
Because his dad's Chris Carter, so he feels entitled.
This guy's dad is Chris Carter?
Deron Carter.
Why does he talk like this?
I don't know.
We need to investigate. He has some sort of teeth issue. Maybe he just got his teeth knocked out and his fake teeth were too. I don't know. Hockey news, because hockey's kind of happening.
Yeah?
Green Day canceled their concert.
Were they supposed to perform?
They were supposed to play. It was the big hyped concert. They were supposed to play the World Cup. Not kickoff because the Killers did that. They were supposed to play this Friday as the big World Cup celebration concert, and they're like, "Now we're sick." Also, as if this thing couldn't be more of
a joke.
Well, just an absolute gong show. Their big hyped concert. Now we don't feel well, and the other shows they're doing, they postponed, but Toronto they canceled.
Oh.
And we're I watched some of the Canada Czech Republic game, and and we talked about this. If you were the Montreal Canadiens owner, I would be on edge every single minute of every game that Carey Price played.
Oh, look at what happened to Sagan.
Yeah. Did he crack his heel in practice?
No, it was one of the
During game.
preseason.
Yeah, against the Americans.
Oh.
Ryan Suter tripped him up on that hybrid icing call.
And he might miss some legitimate games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
he's probably not going to be back for a while. Yeah.
USA lost to Team Europe, which
Good
is
job.
amazing.
It's amazing.
Let's go, Team Europe.
Team Europe beat the Czech Republic in overtime today.
So our dreams are closer to coming true.
Well,
And,
Team America's playing Russia right now, right?
Yeah, Team North America is playing Russia right now, and they're up 1-0.
Team North America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great. Team North America, Team Europe final. This is my dream. The World Cup of Hockey represented by no actual nation.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the dream.
Yeah.
And we have a reason to actually drink Coors now.
No,
That's all the
we
Bab
don't.
Sox.
The Bab Sox. I will purchase. So it's I think my friend found you could buy the Mike Bab Sox for $20.
Yeah.
Is it worth spending $10 more and getting 24 beers?
Is it guaranteed to be in there with the Sox?
Yeah, I think Bab Sox are in everything.
Ugh.
I don't know.
Do you spend the extra money and get beer, but knowing that it's Coors?
I'm the wrong person to ask because I don't drink, so it's up to what you guys.
Yeah, it's Coors. That's the problem. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I meant to. Yeah, it's like, would you rather?
If it was Coors Banquet, maybe.
Would you rather get shot or tickled first and then shot? Either way, it's punishment. I got a message from our producer. Football stuff that I forgot to talk about because I don't think we talked about RG3 last podcast.
No, we did, didn't we? We called him Mr. Glass.
Yeah, because someone sneezed in the stadium and then
And he died.
he had a heart attack. He died on the field.
Yeah.
This podcast is let's dedicate this podcast in memoriam to RG3.
Should we play the Sarah McLachlan song?
Yeah, Tyler, can you get that queued up? How much can we play without getting sued?
I don't know, to be totally honest with you. I wonder if it will go through on my computer.
We should just play it as we talk about this, so we can kind of do some filler as you get this queued. So RG3 went down somehow. He was just a crazy person ran on the field and coughed around him, so all of his bones shattered. And then
won yesterday with McNowden at the helm.
They did almost win.
Yeah, 21-0 lead, I think, right?
And then they Brownsed it.
And they Brownsed it. Classic Cleveland Brown.
And then they went, oh, fuck, we're from Cleveland. And then they just had to...
It's not as epic as that blocked field goal that got returned for a touchdown like last year to lose the game. Oh, that was bad.
But they are... We just got ESPN alert. Or is it? Browns set to start their 5th quarterback in the last 5 games.
They also set the NFL record for most consecutive seasons starting more than 2 quarterbacks in a season. 15.
At least that's something.
That's terrible. That's bad drafting. Holy shit. Most teams don't have, like, maybe go through 3 or 4 at most quarterbacks in 15 years. Cleveland has somehow found some way to start 2 different quarterbacks for 15 straight years.
So who's not doing their job?
The staff, the scouting,
all of the
the
staff,
entire management team.
So is it ownership? Because at the end of the day, it's ownership putting their hand on the shoulder.
Them. It's not his job to run the team. He just hires who he needs.
But did they just not give a shit? Is it like the Maple Leafs and like, what do we care? We're selling out.
They're not selling out though.
So they get to put your hand on the management's shoulders and say, I would like you to draft differently, please. Are they the draft day team?
Yes.
They need Kevin Costner. That movie was great. Where is our in memoriam music?
It's not loading.
Oh, poor Browns though.
Poor Brad. You can't feel too bad for them. Because how did Josh McGowan get hurt?
Was it Josh or Luke? I can't remember which one.
Luke? Is it two different people?
Yeah.
Are they brothers?
I'm pretty sure they are.
Huh. Dave, can you sing Sarah McLachlan? Can you sing I Will Remember You?
I will.
Just gonna get our producer to sing it in the background. So this is dedicated to RG3. We'll miss you. You didn't have too much of a career.
One good year.
You don't know the rest of the lyrics? Didn't you dance this at camp? He is Russell Wilsoning it too, and he's super Christian, and he's leaving or left or divorced his first wife, and now he's dating an even hotter chick.
That's not very Christian-like.
But then
very Christian-like divorce.
No, but then
No.
maybe that's why also Russell Wilson is not doing that well, because he's having sex again. I love that. They were saving themselves, but she has a child, and he was married before. So I feel like you can't unring that bell of your hymen. Like, it's there or it's not.
They've had the sex.
You've had sex before.
Yeah.
Like,
feeling.
I've had friends, like, one of them was saving herself for marriage, and she couldn't date anyone because she got married a couple years ago, so kind of late 20s. She couldn't date anyone that wasn't doing the same thing because it was like, I can't have them looking at me
Sexually.
thinking like, I've had sex before and I'm not having it with you.
Sexually.
Like, how do you voluntarily, if you've been having sex, because we all know how just tops it is, to stop until you're married to someone.
I guess the religion is that powerful.
That's a good way to rope a certain someone into a certain something.
I can't hear the context.
Just gonna stop banging you until you put a ring on it.
Oh.
Just kidding, I can't.
Have fun with that.
I can't. I will last a day.
You'd be like Kramer, just next day.
I'm out.
The table.
I'm out before we get the bill. Well, let's switch to hitting home runs of other kinds. And baseball. Tim Tebow reporting to Mets training camp. Just kidding. That's all I want to talk about because it's very stupid, and I don't want to give him any more attention than he already has taken from us. Mark fell down, thanks to me, a 3-hour rabbit hole.
There's a lot of stats I was looking at. Like, I got distracted by a whole boatload of it.
Was it anything relevant, or were you just like, ooh, click, ooh, as we all do with Wikipedia?
I tried, I was on Fangraphs for all the 3 hours, but I managed to stay on task. I have the tabs open up still here, which helped.
So my question, because we are pretty much a year to the day of the launch of the campaign, Always Close with the Dickie.
Yeah.
He is hilariously one of the only bright spots in the pitching staff right now.
Is he?
He had that one good game. And I have a very short-term memory. So, if we want to stick him back in the bullpen... Hold on, I said wait. If the Blue Jays stick him back in the bullpen, what is his ERA with runners on base, which is the only thing I could think of to compare to inherited runners from coming in from the bullpen?
It's not good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, not good for Dickie?
Well, I didn't have
terrible.
ERA numbers. I had batting average numbers, which I think is more indicative.
All right.
So for this year, Dickie in because the way Fangraphs has it set up is that there's high leverage situations, medium leverage situations, and low leverage situations. They also have bases empty stats, men on base stats, and men in scoring position stats. So for Dickie, currently on the year, when he has in high leverage situations, his WHIP is 2.33. which is really, really bad.
Yeah, that seems not good.
No. And his batting average is at 333 in high leverage situations, which is also not very good.
High leverage is a fancy way of saying, like
if there's a runner on third with no outs or a runner in scoring position with no outs, stuff like that. Low
when you're in a sticky situation.
Yeah. Which is when relievers usually come in, right?
So he's not a good sticky dicky.
No. I mean, if you want to compare that to, say, another bad pitcher that we have in the bullpen in high level situations.
Cecil. Yeah.
Exactly.
You're going to do Cecil?
Yeah. His batting average against is 429. That's
awful.
A 50% chance of getting a hit when he's in a high leverage situation.
So if there is someone on third and Cecil comes into the game, there's
to score.
Almost a 50% chance that person is going to score.
They're going to score, or the next batter is going to score, because odds are there are
if
probably...
the one doesn't, the next one will.
Yeah, there's only one guy out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if he doesn't, the next guy will.
And his on base percentage against is also over 50. It's 516. Yeah.
That's over 50%.
Yeah.
So he comes in a high pressure situation.
Yeah.
If you were a gambling man,
you bet against Cecil.
You bet that person's getting on base, because over half the time, that person's getting on base.
Yeah. They're also slugging 769 on him, which is bad. Now compare that to low leverage situations. His batting average against is only 200. So he does well when there's no,
when there's absolutely nothing
on the line. Yeah.
He does okay. Great. That's like, I don't know if you guys do 3-pitch softball. I hate pitching, and I've kind of stopped telling people that I can, because I hate if the first 2 pitches are strikes, I know I'm rolling that third one. But those first 2 are beautiful, because there's no pressure, because I know I have 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't swing at those first 2 pitches, it's falling out of my hand and rolling across the plate. That is Brett Cecil.
Now, you compare those numbers to the other guys in the bullpen. Let's take Jason Grilli, for instance. In higher leverage situations, batting average against is 188. Benoit is 196. Biagini is 196.
He's so little.
And Osuna is 148. So all the other bullpen pitchers are sub 200.
Do you have loop?
High leverage situations.
Do you have loop?
I don't have Loop's numbers because I don't...
You don't count him as a human being.
No.
So what you're saying, because we talked about this last podcast with Aaron Loop.
Yeah.
The Jays are so depleted with their left-handed pitching.
Yeah, they have Loop up just for that reason.
They would rather bring a guy who over 50% of the time will not do the thing that you send him out to do.
Only in high leverage situations. If you put him in a low leverage situation,
we're cool.
He's all right.
But that's how bad. But we know Givens is about the lefty righty matchup, so he puts the lefties in high pressure situations. But your job is to do the thing.
Yeah.
And over 50% of the time, you don't do it. But that's how depleted the Blue Jays roster and farm system is for left-handed, that a guy that is that bad still gets out there.
Yeah. It's awful. Like, I can't believe how bad those numbers are.
So, do you need, I guess you do need a lefty starter. And the Jays we
have Hap and Liriano.
So you have to have Liriano in the bullpen for playoffs. You have to.
Yeah.
Here's my argument to you fellow pessimist fans. I think it was this morning, Dave and I were chatting, that the Jays, the way they're playing right now, they don't deserve to make the playoffs.
They might make it, they don't deserve to.
They might make it, they don't deserve to. I say That's true-ish, but I say I don't care. I still want them to make the playoffs. I would rather them limp in, dragging their bloody carcass behind them, than not make it to the playoffs.
I didn't disagree with that.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Although they're playing like shit, they're literally giving away the playoff spot. Yet they're still somehow 2 games above the next wildcard spot, which tells me that the other teams aren't capitalizing on this shitty September that the Jays are having.
No, the only teams that are capitalizing on this are the Red Sox and the Orioles.
Yeah.
Right? And they're playing each other in a 4-game series right now.
Yeah. But then the Jays are playing the Mariners, who are 2 games behind them. So we'll see how bad it gets. If the Jays continue to play like they are and then give up, say, 2 out of 3 of the Mariners, then watch out.
Yeah, if they lose this series, it might be game over.
Yeah. They have to win the series going out. They don't have to win every single game. They just have to win series to make the playoffs.
But if they limp into the playoffs the way they are you still just as excited as you were last year? Or are you like, ugh, we could have won the East? Like, very typical.
No, at this point, I think the Red Sox are winning the East. There's no one catching them.
Oh, no, I don't think the Jays will catch them at all. But I don't...
But I'll still have the same excitement about the wild card because playoffs.
Exactly. I don't begrudge them for giving that up. Sarcastic bunny quotes for those.
Not like last year. Last year, they gave up the number 1 seed. That's what was disappointing. It was that they're the hottest team in baseball and gave up an entire weekend to the Orioles because they had already clinched and didn't want to bother playing their starters.
But for me, this is the opposite of what it was years and years ago, where the Blue Jays were just absolute donkey garbage, which donkeys make a lot of garbage if you don't know, in April and May, and then they'd go on a hot streak in July and August, but it wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
So, and people were mad about that. And this is like, well, now they've banked enough games and good karma. It's like why I went with Dave to see Suicide Squad, because I know we're getting into Oscar bait award season. I'm going to need to take him to some funky art house movies.
Sully's going to be awful.
We're not necessarily seeing Sully. I want to see the Lyndon B. Johnson biopic.
I'd rather see Sully.
This is why I banked good karma by seeing Suicide Squad. So the Jays banked the wins in April and May. So yes, they gave it up, but it's not like I'm not angry and I don't think they deserved it. They deserved it by doing so well earlier in the season and earning their spot.
I also think that a lot more people care now because they are number 1 in the American League for attendance. So there's a lot more casual fans who are voicing their opinions now, and those casual fans are used to the short-term, success, whereas the long-term fans know about the 20-year drought and are happy with how they are right now. Like, you asked me 3 years ago, would I want to be in a wildcard spot and ahead of 2 games? I'm like, yeah, definitely, because I haven't seen a playoff game in 20 years. Absolutely.
Whereas, and if you said to that same guy, well,
who's been
get the
last year?
Spot, yeah. I think it's the same guy 3 years ago. So your first question is, would you like to see the Jays in a wild card battle? You'd say yes. Yeah. Okay, what if I told you they're in a wild card battle because they dropped out of first place by playing poorly down the stretch? I'd say I don't care. Fine, great, sure, whatever. Like, who cares? Playoffs is playoffs. Holes is holes.
Yeah. Mouth is a mouth.
A mouth is a mouth. Holes is holes. Grass in the field. Play ball. So you couldn't have spent 3 hours just on this.
No, I was looking at other stats.
What are some other highlights of the Mark Bunn? I work weird hours now, so I have 3 hours to devote to these hilarious stats.
No, I was looking at earlier in the year stats, especially for Dickey, because he had a great May. He's having a terrible September.
Well, because he's pitched once.
No, he's had 2 starts, I think.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3.
He's pitched 9 innings, and they're hitting him for 350. Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, I think he
in the area of 5. July was really bad. He had an ERA of 6.28. Yeah. Compare that to the May he had. In May, he pitched 39 innings, had 3.2 ERA. Batting average was 214, 278 on base percentage, so he was decent there. but couldn't get the wins. And then, yeah, he's been just like all over the place. And this will be the first year where in the Jays uniform he'll have a losing record at the end of the year. Because people forget he had a winning record the last 3 years. I mean, they're slightly 500.
Huh. Well, because he isn't getting any run support, but that's the story of all of the J starters right now.
Estrada's now 8-9. I think people forgot that. This guy was an all-star.
Which he shouldn't. I feel like they got that wrong. I feel like they picked Estrada, but they meant to pick J.A. Happ.
I think they gave it to Estrada just because of the year he had the year before, as kind of a makeup saying, hey, you had a great year last year. You're pretty, pitching pretty decent this year.
Happ had a fantastic season last year, didn't he?
A fantastic second half.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it might have been a mistake. Like they just pointed to the wrong guy when they looked at the pictures on the wall.
They'll do the same thing next year. Watch, they'll give it to Happ next year.
Unless he just blows it again.
Yeah, he blows it again.
Is that what else did you spend your 3 hours on? You couldn't have been looking at dicks this whole time.
No, I was looking at all the pitcher stats for the different months and then different situations.
Who's the best? Who has been overall the best?
In terms of starting pitching?
Yeah.
It's been Happ and Sanchez for the most part. But I was looking at Osuna's number, and it's funny. His numbers in low leverage situations are worse than in high leverage situations.
He feeds on the energy.
I found that interesting.
Did you see the game where he thought it was over and he did the sign of the cross and thank God, and then they're like, no, he didn't actually. It was a foul tip that.
No, I didn't.
It was this time last week, and it was a foul tip that Russell Martin dropped, but Osuna didn't see him drop it. He just turned away and did his sign of the cross, hands to the sky, and then had to turn back. And I was like, no, you still have to. You still have to pitch. You still have to pitch again.
And almost gave up a home run.
And then he almost gave up a home run. So clearly he pissed off Jesus somehow.
Some sort of karma.
Yeah.
Tyler, tell me about the season tickets, because you dangled this carrot in front of me and then you ripped it away.
I know I ripped it away. We're not exactly happy with how the Blue Jays have decided to do tickets now.
Yeah, there's been a talk amongst a lot of people.
So what was it and what is it now?
So it was what we did last year and what we've been doing for the past 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years now, has been a flex pack, where you buy 20 tickets or 10 tickets or 40 tickets. You buy those tickets and you pick how many games and how many tickets you want for those games. So you could go to the home opener, take 4 people, or you could go see a random Yankees game and just have 2 of you.
So I could, if I buy, you said that with such a Southern Ontario accent, could just take 2 of yous. Just take 2 of yous to the game. So I could get a 40-game flex back and just buy out a section to 1 game.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and now they've changed it too. Yeah.
There's different levels of games.
So there's a 6, a 12, and a 20 game pack. Okay, so if you want to go to games with a friend, you both need a game pack. So your 1 game pack is 1 seat for 20 games, or 12 games, 6 games.
Okay.
So if Katie and I want to go to the games together, which we tend to do.
Yep, just being married.
We now need to buy 2 20 game packs in order to get the tickets to the home opener and Canada Day, which we like to go to, because you can't buy the Canada Day or home opener in your 12 or 6 game pack. You can buy them separately if you were to buy a 12 game pack, you can buy your 12 games, but then you have to pay extra
for your 13th game.
And the 14th game if you want to go to Canada Day.
So I feel like this is the amalgamation of a couple shitty things that it used to be. It used to be, I got flex packs growing up, and it was tied to your ticket. It was tied to your seat. It was essentially a little miniature season ticket.
Right.
And then, Yeah, but then a couple years ago, it was a very similar thing, but it was more expensive. But remember, the Jays did like premium games v regular games v not premium games, and the Flex.
And now they're doing dynamic pricing. So not just the premium games and weekend games and weekday games for those 3 different prices. They will do dynamic pricing. So if it so happens that the Tampa Bay Rays are doing amazing next year, those tickets will go up.
But does that affect your Flex Pack?
It does. You will be charged extra.
But what if I pick my games in advance?
Doesn't matter.
They'll charge me after the fact?
They will charge you after the fact, yep.
That's insane!
Mm-hmm.
So we have said, fuck you.
He's
we've
giving the
written
finger for those of us just listening.
Yeah, we wrote a nasty email. We've tweeted, and we are no longer buying flex packs, game packs, or we were going to buy season tickets this year, and we're not going to do that.
Yeah, so that was the carrot that you dangled in front of me, as our dear friend Jesse has decided that going to Jays games trumps fatherhood. So we were looking for people to potentially share season tickets with. And Jesse and our friend Adam were one of the pairs. Jesse's having a baby, so he was going to kind of split his pack with other couples. And then that fell through because, again, he
loves baseball so much.
He loves baseball more than his own child. He can actually... The kid can be born and he can actually say that to the kid. I chose baseball over you.
That's why your name is Baseball.
That's why your name is Stitch Face. Baseball Pants. Whatever Jesse's last name is.
Harper.
Baseball Stitch Face Harper. Should tweet him. And then Tyler comes along and is like, hey, I'm also looking to split my season tickets. I was like, great, we're in. Let's do this. And then he's ripped it away from me out of sheer bitterness, but now I understand.
So, yeah, we're not exactly the happiest of campers in being Blue Jays fans and being basically screwed.
Yeah.
To go to games.
Well, I didn't think... So I know...
We were going to buy seasons. So we're going to buy 2 seasons as well as a flex pack, so that we could potentially have 4 people going to some games.
Or 40 people to 1 game.
Or, yes, absolutely. So it's like, and now we're not getting any tickets. So we may be buying single game seats to specific games and sitting behind home plate.
Or with Mark and I in the flight deck.
Woo! Party zone.
Or with you guys in the flight deck. Or, depending on when we buy a cottage, viewing parties at the cottage.
That was a very well-timed laugh. Did you hear that?
No. Bears keep her shanked to kick.
No, what a very well-timed laugh. I didn't... So, yeah, we talked about... we were messaging about this. When I was younger, your flex pack used to be tied to a seat. But then it was also, like, a couple years later, I think they changed it to the way it was, like, you could turn in your tickets for more tickets. Like, you didn't have to do... If you had a flex pack, you didn't have to do 1 to 20 games. You could mix and match. But there were premium games.
Right.
Like, games cost more. And I remember doing the math one year when I decided not to get a flex pack. And unless you went to all premium games, it financially didn't make any sense. You might as well have just bought single tickets. Like, if you were a Milwaukee fan or an Angels fan, you could go see all of those games and not... Like, the cost wouldn't be worth a flex pack. But now it stands... So I could pay, let's say, $200 for my 10-game flex pack. And I pick a bunch of Angels fans because I'm doing an Angels fan. And it turns out the Angels are just the tits next season.
Yeah, boobs.
They're just the toast of the town.
Those are the boobs?
They could charge me? How do they know?
They won't know until that game. Like, they won't know until they decide that, like, say it's an August game.
How do they get that money from me?
They probably will have a credit card on file and they'll just charge it.
Again, do you have to sign something being like, I agree to, you must? Because, I go to an Angels game and they're like, this is worth $5 more now. And I'm like, no.
You know that box you check off when you buy stuff online?
Ah.
It's probably
That's-
like written somewhere in there.
That's
But that's-
approving.
Then
It'll be in the terms and conditions.
Do they do dynamic pricing in any other venue? Like, does any other team do this?
I believe this is the first time the Jays are doing it, but I'm pretty sure it's being done throughout the United States, at least for baseball.
And is it only for FlexPack season ticket kind of things?
It's for flex packs. It's for the game packs for sure. It'll be for single game seats. It might be for single game seats if you buy them
in advance.
Not in advance. If you buy it in advance,
not
they can't charge you. Yeah.
But because of the game pack, I don't know. It's weird.
Capitalism sucks.
And I mean, like, for the Jays front office, this is brilliant. This is the money-making machine, right? Because if we had said, yeah, all right, we're going to roll over and do it, that's 4 of us buying 20 game packs to go to home opener and Canada Day, for sure.
I think this is what Shapiro has brought to the team from Cleveland. Because he's technically in charge of that, is he not?
Is he?
He would be.
Yeah, he's president of operations.
He's financially just squeezing every penny out of us.
He's got to pay for a left-handed pitcher next year, so I understand.
This drive. I remember.
And we just dropped $3,000 on World Series tickets potentially.
Right.
Ooh.
So if the Jays do make it, we have World Series tickets. Game 1, 2, 7.
Have Mark and I together told you how handsome you are? Because you're a very nice-looking man. The whole glasses thing and the hat hair is just working for you. You're tall, and that's great. Mark and I like tall guys. And we thank you for everything you're doing with Rabble Press. Like, I don't think we as participants of a podcast have ever really shown our gratitude as you, as the host of the network. So I want to make that clear in front of our listeners as well. What a great job you're doing hosting the network of podcasts.
Well, if the Jays do make it to the World Series, I will let you know.
Oh, no, I don't. That's not what I was going for. I just want you to know how much Mark and I appreciate you allowing us this forum to speak our mind about sports. So we thank you. We thank you so much.
Well,
yeah. On that fantastic Tyler's amazing note, my heart hurts for the Blue Jays next season.
Yeah.
Because what if they suck?
They could.
Or will they refund me for part of my flex pack?
What if they suck?
If it's dynamic pricing and I pick all, I don't know, Blue Jays and Milwaukee Brewers tickets, am I going to get some money refunded?
You love Ryan Braun.
I hate Ryan Braun. He looks like Brendan Fraser. Will I get any money back if I'm like, I could go for some Diamondbacks games?
I highly doubt you'll get money back.
That's
Not
right.
even a credit to one of the better games.
Damn it.
Or in free food.
Yeah.
I would love for you. Don't know how quickly I would be at a game if they did free food. They don't do the all-you-can-eat section anymore, can they? Do
No?
they? I don't think
Nope.
so.
They were doing that to get people out. Now they've got
They
people
don't
out.
have to. You gotta sell every game, pretty much.
Damn. I do love
They're
my
over
food.
3 million people.
Well, if that is all, does anyone have any other sports things they wanted to bring up this evening?
No.
As we always ask. Now, what a sad way to end it. We started sad with talking about the demise of RG3. Dave, can you sing us out? Sarah McLachlan, can we just get a little more Sarah McLachlan cue?
I'll remember you.
So, thank you for listening to Scotch Sporting. I did steal this from another podcast. If you like us and you like listening to us, please just yell at one stranger on the bus. Find one friend that will listen to you talk. I think he looked up the lyrics in between when he did this before. Tell your friends to listen to Scotch Boarding. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. We're also on the Instagrams. Scotch Sporting Instagrams. It's going to be mostly selfies of me in Vikings gear.
Oh no, that's Natalie Imbruglia.
Are you singing Natalie Imbruglia now? Well, we should go because we've switched to Natalie Imbruglia. Thanks for listening, everyone. We should stop that stream. You look like you're about to take off.